Well, welcome to day 7. Makes a full week now of checking traps. Hard to believe it's been a week already. It's kind of just turned into one big beating, I think, but it's amazing how big of a coon can fit inside a little tube like that. But first coon of the day, day 7. We ended up with 58 yesterday, so I'm sitting right at 375. We condensed a little bit of the line, but not as much as I probably should have. Yeah, so we're gonna get him taken care of and get down the road, guys. Another two-hander in the cookie jar. Big coon though, really big coon. Just going up here to a bean field and a cattle lot. Nice coon. All right, guys, here's one of those trails I was really excited about early in the year. Just phenomenal trail. But if you look up here, they've disked up the field. I do not expect to have very good results now. Once they've dished that up, any feed is now buried under the dirt. Very unappealing for coon. Kind of frustrating, but you know, nothing you can do about it. We did happen to pick up one little guy down here today, and it looks like a femur bone of like a deer or something, but I hope it's a deer. But picked up one little guy. We're gonna leave the traps out here for a little bit longer until we end up pulling this whole line. I go right past this and it's easy to check. So, but when they disc that field up, guys, it's not gonna be very appealing. I would not come up to a spot and set a location that has disc corn pretty much no matter what. So anyway, gonna get him taken care of, get down the road, guys. Got some nice sized double here. Nice to have a double on, you know, day 7. If you look right up through here, you can see the trail they're going up. Just timber going through a tube, going to corn. That's all it is. Actually a pretty nice day today. Sun shining, about 38 degrees this morning. Not terrible, not terrible. We got a little late start though. Saturday's I always get a McDonald's breakfast with my daughter, so had to do that this morning. Kind of let the wife sleep in. She's still battling some pretty bad headaches from whatever she had last couple weeks ago. So anyway, get these guys taken care of and hopefully have a good day. Day 7, first coon at this location. I know a lot of people would have pulled traps well before now, and if I had an area that was that dead, I'd be doing the same thing. But I go right past this spot. Nice little trail going up here to a cornfield. You know, how do I say it? I drive right past this and I knew it would produce eventually. So why would I want to pull it? Everyone says, you know, hunt out the better areas. And I got some better areas coming up, but you know, I'm going to set these spots in between that are good for, you know, a couple 2 or 3 coon. You know, I'm gonna let them sit until I pull the entire line. You never know when you're gonna pick up, you know, that coon here and there. You know, I got my really good spots that are good for 5 to 7 coon, but I've got 10 of these spots that's good for 1 or 2 coon in between them. In my opinion, I'm gonna set them every time. I don't know why you wouldn't. A lot of guys don't like doing that. They'd rather find the more 5 to 7 locations, but they're so far apart. You know, if I only set the 5 to 7 coon locations, I'd be traveling 200 miles with, you know, maybe 50 stops. Versus now I'm going 100 miles right now, roughly, with about 200 stops. So for me, in my logic, I'm going to set these locations. I'm not going to set the spots, you know, that, I might catch a coon there. Most of these spots, I know I'm going to catch one, if not 2. Just a matter of time. So this one was kind of making me question myself on that, but this nice coon here just confirms that I did something right for a change. Get him taken care of, guys, and got a lot of stuff checked yet. Well, we got us another pair of mud balls down here. I think it's like 3 doubles in a row now, guys. So pretty good start to the morning for day 7. This is my newer part of the line, which still has 3 days on it, maybe 4. He's not so happy down there, but I'm happy with it so far. I think this weather finally changed enough and got the coons really moving. Wow, tell me how you really feel. But that weather change really got these things going. Even though I snapped off probably a quarter of my line yesterday, I'll bet we're still gonna have a pretty good day. At least the way it's looking right now. You know, we've gone through probably 12 locations and got 8 or 10 coon in the truck, so it's gonna be a good day, I think. Got some really nice coon down here. Tell you what, I just noticed this trail. I had not noticed this before. Nice little trail that goes in between those 2 trees down there, so definitely not a deer trail, but things you notice, you know, as the season develops. But it's a nice big coon, and he's dry and he's fluffy, and definitely the kind of coon that I want in the back of the truck. Nice coon. It's weird how, you know, I think this is the 3rd coon we've caught down here. The other chap up there hasn't caught one. Makes me think that everything was coming from the tube up into the timber here, coming from the cattle lot. But it's kind of interesting. Makes you wonder why is one trap more appealing, or are they always coming from one direction? So get him taken care of. Got 3 or 4 more locations on our freshest piece, and then we're on to the old line. Well, we got us another one here. Good colored one, a little smaller, but definitely a good colored skunk. We gotta be, I'm not even sure, I should go home and count, probably pushing 25 of these now. A lot of skunks this year, and that's good. There's definitely some market in the essence and the fur itself. Even the skulls I can sell too, so we'll get him taken care of and get out of here. Well, I can also say, guys, this is the first time I have ever actually been sprayed by a skunk. You know, they always, once in a while, they'll spray a little bit and you can smell it a little bit, but this one actually got me. Like, the juices are on my waders, and I'm kind of scared to know where else, but I'm gonna have to be coming home and probably my boxer shorts so my wife don't kill me. But man, that sucked. That sucked. Actual, just straight, my eyes are watering, my nose is running. I don't even want to get in my truck right now, but it is what it is. Well, if I'm not mistaken, this makes coon number 2, and we've got 3 skunks off this trail. So really good location. He's just gonna sit there in a recliner and hang out for us, it looks like. Pose for the camera, bud. But nice trail. It's definitely paid off. This is a kind of a segment I've never set before. You know, I talked about in some of my scouting series finding new ground. At the last intersection, I've always gone left. This year I went right, and it's produced probably 10-12 coon already, just in this little piece. It ends up being a deadhead, so I turn around and go back to that intersection, go left again. But 10 or 12 coon, and I'm only driving about a mile round trip each day for it. We've gotten 4 skunks off that total. I do know that for sure, because we got one down the road the other day too. So just a really good little addition here, guys, and that's what you need to do if you want to extend your road line. When you come up to an intersection that you've taken a left for years, take a right or go straight. You'll never know what's over the next hill. So get him taken care of, get down the road. All right, guys, so you can see like the inside of this thing gets full of mud. I'll just take it and I'll wing it around real good, and it'll clean it out for the most part. Just kind of my way of cleaning them up. You know, it's not really much of a science to it, but also, you know, they got tools you can dig in there and clean them out with, but it works pretty well for me. I don't think that sun can decide if it wants to stay out or not, but we're still stacking them here on day 7. Actually doing a lot better than I thought we would. I don't think it's going to be anything like yesterday, at least so far, but definitely still doing better than I thought we'd be doing on day 7 if you'd asked me the first day. So get him taken care of and get out of here, guys. Well, I just ran into my what I call my squirrel hunting good old boys. A pair of guys that just drive around looking for squirrels. They're probably both mid-70s. As soon as season opens, they do that every weekend. Drive around all day long just looking for squirrels. I hope I can do that one day. Oh shoot. But yeah, I know guys that used to trap always tell me, oh, there's another trail down here you got to set a trap on. Really nice old guys. They watched me dispatch a coon and were shocked about my pellet gun. Then proceeded to try and sell me a bunch of long spring traps. One of those guys that I love to sit down and talk to, but you know what, we got a lot of stuff to cover, so I can't be lollygagging too much. Nice big old coon down here. You can kind of see the trail that wraps up there. Just goes up to standing corn. You know, corn's in pretty much every one of my sets, unless it's a timber to timber location. That corn is definitely where it's at here. You got a hold of some old beer cans down here too, it looks like. How did he even get his paw on that? How does an old big coon? Wow. You can see the trail kind of going right down through here. Really big old coon. Nice timber going up cornfield. We're only about 20 yards from where we caught the probably about 50 yards from where we caught the last one. Going up the trail, going to corn. I would say I'm happy to see this skunk, but after what happened here a little bit ago, forgive me if I'm a little gun shy. So we'll get him taken care of some way, somehow. Oh, we got us a decent coon here. This is actually the same fenced row where I caught my bobcat on opening day. It was just on the opposite side of the road as where we're at now, but just a fence line run perpendicular to the road. There's almost always going to be some kind of game trail on that, guys. Chances are you'll find a deer trail, but if you look real close, there's going to be something a little more discreet. You can actually see the trail kind of wraps up behind him where his tail's at there. Just, you know, that's where your bobcats, your fox, your coon, maybe even some coyotes are going to be traveling, so make sure you don't overlook them. Nice big coon here, coming from a draw, and I bet you can guess what's on the other side. Yeah, if you said corn, you're right. That's kind of the bread and butter of my line here, so we're picking up the pace a little bit. I got to hustle. The wife just texted me and said the washing machine's not working, and well, let's just say if she don't find you handsome, she better find you handy. About positive that's why she married me. So we're gonna hustle through this, get home as soon as we can, and help her out. We got some really nice coon here. This is the spot yesterday I kind of caught that, I don't know, really silver, kind of blondish looking coon. Wasn't a cinnamon or anything like that, but definitely a unique color. So get him taken care of, get down the road, guys. All right, guys, we caught one on opening day here, and this is number 2. Nice skunk. We've really been hammering skunks here on day 7. Did he spray? I don't know, I can't hardly smell after being sprayed earlier. So generally if you get them behind the head like that, they don't spray. I think it just severs that spine so quick. I don't think they get a chance to spray, but really nice skunk. We're gonna come home with a few of these today. Maybe I need to start making an actual skunk trapping series. Basically make coon sets and you're gonna have skunks stumble into them. Still struggling to use my left hand, but it's a lot better than it was. A lot better than it was. Pretty nice little skunk, guys, especially once you get it cleaned up. We got us a fence line. We got corn. And we got a coon in a tube. It's hard to tell their size when they're in stuff like this. Kind of tough. Even looking at their head doesn't always do it justice, but looks like a good coon. We're gonna get him taken care of and see what we got here. Oh, I'm glad he's not muddy or anything. Actually, he looks surprisingly decent compared to how this looks down here. Kind of wrapping it up. We had a pretty big dead spell here. Nowhere near the numbers of yesterday. That's going to be pretty obvious, but all things considered, still a good day. You know, like I said, I condensed it a little bit. We're on our last segment now. Normally I'd have a whole nother segment of 35 locations, 40 locations after this, but get him taken care of, get down the road, and see what our total is. I mentioned about fencing. You can see this 220 got walked around. Actually, I even pushed my rat stretcher over a little bit. Luckily, we got the possum down here. Kind of a unique colored possum. He's really gray. It's a big possum too. Trying to keep him out of the water. That's kind of a neat one. Might be something to get tanned. I don't have a possum on the wall. Yeah, that's kind of a unique looking possum there, guys. I don't know if I've seen one quite like that. There's so many different color phases of these animals. I did a couple years ago catch a pair of white ones at the same location. They weren't albino because they still had the black eyes and everything else, and they're really small, but this is just kind of a unique one here. Safety's off. Get her back down in here in this trail. She's ready to go for another one. I really don't know if this is good anymore. Holy cow, are we having a skunk day. Wow, lots and lots of skunks. I think this is number 5 for the day. And 2 of them have not gone well, so hopefully this one cooperates a little better.